Okay, so today's kind of a big deal. No big deal jokes, but we're going to talk about the foot, how to get your feet happy. Your feet are so key for the whole integration of your whole body. We recently did a really cool neck integration video, and watch out for the follow-up video of that where it's amazing how well you can integrate your neck. And often when your neck creates more organization, you'll find your feet start falling into place, but it's bidirectional. So really working on your feet can really enhance your mechanics all the way up through your body. I think it's a very neglected part of the body. Most people just shove their feet into shoes and hope for the best, and it's only when they start giving problems do we realize, like, oh hell. And in this day and age as well, with runners, we've got super shoes. The carbon plates can really beat your feet up, so it's really important to have a great sort of healthy routine, and that's what this is, a healthy foot routine that you can do that'll keep you injury free, moving better. It's a force multiplier. You'll be able to handle a load and direct force off the ground better in a more controlled way. All the mechanics upstream improve. So your knee tracking, your hip function, your spine, everything can improve from the feet. And again, it really pairs well with neck work and with eye work, way more than you can believe. And I promise you, you pair the neck unwinding videos, the secret sauce video soon to be released on neck unwinding, and your feet, and everything in between will get much better. So definitely let me know if you've experienced something like that, where working on your feet, you felt it up in your hip or your pelvic floor. People that have very tight pelvic floors often have very tight feet, and you're kind of people that can't walk on Lego. So softening up your feet can soften up your pelvic floor. Working on your pelvic floor and your breathing can really relax your feet, and so that's also another point in your body. So upper cervical region, pelvic region, feet, three very key parts of your body that work in dynamic relationships with each other. Okay, so affecting one is affecting all of them, and it happens way more than people realize. But anyway, let's get on with, without much further ado, how the hell to fix your feet. So the first thing we're going to do is we need a squeaky stool, and we are going to work on tibial internal rotation. It's vital for healthy foot function that as your knee travels over your foot, your tibia rotates internally gently. Okay, so we're going to take our tibia, we're going to grab it, one hand behind the knee, one hand above the ankle, we're going to rotate internally, and we're going to get our knee to track through our second toe. So just rocking forward, you want to do about 10 on one side, 10 on the other side. And again, if you have a lot of neural or dural tension or nerve tension, your foot will often rotate out to the right. It's very common because of accelerators for the right tibia to be rotated out. So, but do it on both sides, rotate in, and we're doing 10 repetitions. Okay, knee tracks through the toe, second toe, internal rotation. You should feel your ankle range of motion opening up. The second exercise we're going to do is thinking about ankle alignment. You know, if you have to punch someone or do push-ups, you want your wrists to be neutral. You want your ankles to be pretty neutral when you walk, and it's remarkable how little awareness people have in this area. So we take a ball, you can take a book, you can take anything you like really, and put it between your ankles, and then keeping the same distance between your knee and your ankles are behind your knees. You're going to go up and slowly off soft toes. So slowly down, up and off soft toes, and you're not going to drop the ball, and you're not going to let your knee width change. You're going to think about your heel bone basically coming out the front of your ankles. So we're not letting the ball drop, we're keeping the same distance between our knee and our foot, and we're getting heels up and through, open ankles. Like I say, you can spread your toes, that'll help, or you can wear toe spreaders while you're doing this. And then knee the same width as the ankle, and they don't track, and you're going up and through, and think neutral, soft ankles. Get your heel up into your ankles. It's a really good practice for people. You can do this while you're traveling on the aeroplane. You can shorten the outside of your feet, relax your feet, and then go up and off soft spread toes. Shorten the outside of your feet, okay? Relax your feet and go up and off soft spread toes. Shorten the outside, spread your toes, relax your toes, up and off soft relaxed toes. Okay, that's step number 2. Step number 3, we have here a foot fixer. And we're going to take the foot fixer sideways, and we're going to do a very similar exercise. So we're going to get our knees to track through the second toe, most of us, we probably want to have a sensation we're standing slightly on the outside of our feet. Okay, so more on the lateral side, and we're going to shorten the outside or lateral side of our feet, and then up and off, soft, relaxed, spread toes. We can stomp a little bit to really soften up your feet, and again, we can spread our toes, get onto the outside a little bit, up and off soft toes, and just practice those two moves. Soften up the outside of your feet, activate the outside of your feet, soft, relaxed, spread toes, up and off your forefoot. You want to do about 10 repetitions. The second exercise we're going to do is we're going to turn the rope this way. And standing on this, we are now going to spread our feet out. Okay, your first met head is going to be not on the rope, okay? And that really, really helps get your first met head down. The great toe is very, very important. It's not called the great toe for nothing. And having a first met head that's drop down and stable, okay, so eliminating a forefoot varus is very, very good for your glute and your hip function and the stability on one leg. So just standing on the rope like this is great. You can put this rope underneath your desk and practice. If you can't buy a rope for me, this is a 40mm marine double braided polyester rope, and you need a meter of it. If you're working in freedom units, that's 1.5 inches, 3 feet long. Okay, so same thing, really relaxing your feet on it, and then going up and off soft toes. And be careful with up and off soft toes. It can be quite a powerful sort of forefoot opener, but that will really, really help. Spread your foot, mobilize your toes, and get that big toe or the great toe to drop down. You'll find after doing that if you stand on one leg, you're much, much more stable. The second thing, you can use the foot fixer for this. It's just easier to show on the video. I've got cork blocks. You can get these from the wonderful people at Foot Collective. And we're going to stand on those. I'm going to make them a little bit wider apart so they're underneath your hip. The first one, I'm going to put my big toe on the blocks and the middle, the inside of my heel. And then I'm going to roll to the outside and then come back to neutral. So again, there's this notion of figuring out what neutral is. Roll to the outside, back to neutral. Roll to outside, back to neutral. We're going to do about 10 repetitions, and then we're going to go baby outside of the heel, baby toe, outside of the heel, baby toe, roll in, back to straight, roll in, back to straight, roll in, back to neutral. And that's great for trail runners. It's great when you're going in and pulling back out. It's a really good idea for your post-tib if you have post-tib issues. And it also helps unlock your soleus. It's great for Achilles rehab. And if we go the other way, rolling to the outside, it's great for your peroneals and your ankle stabilities and for ankle sprains. Okay, so really good idea. Right, and now we have a pretty bizarre finishing move. So if you watch the secret upper cervical alignment technique, you'll recognize it from there. So I'm going to stand and put my forefoot on my cork block. If that's too high for you, use the foot fixing rope. Let's use the foot fixing rope. It's a little slower, it's a little lower, and a little less stressful. So my forefoot's on the rope, and again, these sort of relaxed, spread toes, and I'm going to stand up nice and tall, my hands on my thighs. I'm going to squat down and stand up straight. And what we're thinking of as we stand is the fact that your heels go down, your chest lifts. So squat down, stand up straight. Squat down, stand up straight. That, coupled with the internal rotation, will often massively increase your ankle dorsiflexion. Those two moves alone, but this whole sequence should improve your ankle dorsiflexion. If you want to know how much ankle dorsiflexion, if you put your foot up against the wall, okay, if you want about a hand's width away from the wall, which is about 10 centimeters, which I think is 4 inches in freedom units, your knee should be able to touch the wall. Okay, that's adequate range of motion for healthy running and walking. So now we've got through we've gone through a whole lot of things. Now we want to try and integrate this into our running and walking in daily life. So we can practice a few things. One is backward walking, which I have a video on. So soft toes, heel down, soft toes, heel down. Okay, and that'll really help you bend your toe. When you bend your big toe up, you develop a medial arch. So walking and having soft toes heel down, you can see my arch. Let me do it this way around. You can actually see my arch being developed. Another way is what we call tuck and roll. So I'm going to go length on one side, or like a happy hip hack, or shoulder away from hip creates rotation. Step, okay? Outside of, I'm thinking in my mind, my weight is on my back foot. Outside of my heel, rock up and off your soft toe. Outside of your heel, rock forward till the baby toe, and then rock off your soft toes. So outside of my heel, going forward to my baby toe, off soft toes. And you'll notice that there's a sense of rotation in my body. That's the healthy rotation we need for healthy walking and running. We don't try and rotate when we run. We have to be able to express it naturally. Okay? Then we can take that same movement. Some of you might be familiar with the Awesomeizer. I have a video on that too. Okay, the Awesomeizer, and that's length on one side creates healthy rotation. Step, and it's the same as the tuck and roll. Weight on the back of your foot, roll forward, up and off soft toes. Weight on the outside of your foot, keeping the weight on the outside of my foot, and when I find my toes bending, up and off soft toes. This is not a calf raise, okay? It's when you run, you want to land and learn to roll off your feet, and there's a delayed contraction. So it's not a calf raise, it's a timing and function thing. So we want to be stable, we want the range of motion, we want those intrinsic foot muscles to work, and we want to run, and these should all be in place for us automatically. We want unconscious competence. We want competence, not thinking about it. So you can do some calf raises like that, but make sure that you can effortlessly roll off your forefoot, so that when you run, you can effortlessly roll off your forefoot. And the last best tip I can possibly give you for really, really strengthening your feet and your big toe is walk around barefoot and in minimal shoes. It's a really, really good idea. Running in minimal shoes is another conversation, but a little bit of running barefoot's a great idea. But living minimal, walking around minimal is the best way to strengthen your feet over the long period of time. So good luck. Pin some comments in below. Let me know how this goes. And again, it really pairs with your upper cervical work. And remember, the most important thing is like yourself, subscribe to yourself, and turn on your notifications, because you never know when the universe is out there to help you.